All these crankbaits for like $40 on Temu, and we're only going to troll with Temu crankbaits and see what we can catch. This is the rod I bought off Temu for $15, and of course this rod has a half to go out. Put on this rod. How does these even action? This reel's gonna break by the time we get the fish in. Look at this reel, it's so junky. And I'm not just completely stopping because they have all these other lines out. This is this is the worst fucking reel I've ever bought. I'd be better off fucking handlining this fish. This reel's so bad. Look at this reel. It's literally all the tighter it goes, and here's how it's reeling. This is a nightmare. This isn't even on the Temu rod. It looks like there's a fish on something. Or no, never mind. This is on one of the other. The fish is on one of the other rods, but we got a tangle. Which crank is the fish on? So the fish is on, oh, it's a little walleye. So we did get something on the Temu crank, a little walleye, and we got a heck of a mass. I think that little rod's about busted. At least we didn't get skunked. I don't know what my best situation might just be to snap that cheap Temu line and then troll with this crankbait, because that crankbait rod's about unusable. The reel is the worst reel I've ever seen, and it came with this $15 combo, came with this setup, which is like a 5-hook rig with like this, on this heavier braided line with 5 hooks on it. So I made sure this is legal to use in these urban ponds, and it is. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fill these hooks up with corn and worms and cast them out. And I think we're going to have to wait out a little ways so we can get it over the actual edge that's normal on this pond. And then okay, we have this full of hooks. I haven't done a dumb challenge in a while, so it's probably time to do a dumb challenge anyway. So this is definitely a dumb challenge. Look at all that yummy food on the beautiful hooks. Now to get this thing to whip out over the edge, there's probably like all sorts of diseases in this water. But anyways, I think that's out far enough. I guess we'll find out. So I pulled this rig up, and the 2 worms were gone from it, but all the corn was still on it. The worm was gone from the other rod I had out too, so there's probably some little tiny bullheads out there. We're going to cast it back out and see if we get anything. So we didn't catch anything on this rig tonight. I don't know, it's going to be super hot out tomorrow. I don't know, I might go to that park lake where I go fishing. the other park where there's the outlet where all the bullheads hang out and try to catch something on it, but it didn't work tonight. The fish were robbing the worms off, but nothing was hitting the corn. I was getting a few nibbles on a bobber, but it's really hard to, the wind is the wrong direction to fish off this shore because it's blowing in, and the fish are out in the middle, I think. So I'll hopefully I can catch a fish on that rod tomorrow. Where we usually catch lots of bullheads. I need to catch a fish on this rig, so I'm at the bullhead honey hole. And I'm going to put corn and worms back out on this silly rig. And I made sure on this pond I could use, you can use 100 hooks in Texas, but on urban fishing waters you can only use 2 lines. But I didn't see any rule about the amount of hooks I can use, so I think this is legal here. This definitely is not legal. This rig is definitely not legal in other states. Feels so junky, but let's cast it out. And we're not going to cast it out very far. Right there. And we'll see if anything bites on it. Let's get the ultra on. Oh, look at this reel. It's not, it won't even reel straight. I almost put on electrical tape to get it to reel straight. Yes, we caught a fish on the worst reel ever. Look at this beautiful bullhead. That is a beauty. It looks like you've been caught before. And that one hit the worm, not the... Let's see what we got. Oh, we got ourselves a big, beautiful bullhead. Actually, it's not big or beautiful, but it's a bullhead. So we got one on the junk rod. It's fighting. I think it's a pretty small one. Yeah, it's a little bullhead. You knocked all the bait off this rod. And you wrapped me up with my other rod. That's a bullhead. The second fish on this rod. You look like you've been caught before too. Here we got another bullhead. This one I think has some line snaggled up in it too, or I just got snaggled up in some other line. This one was a little bigger bullhead. This one hit the corn. Holy crap, you've been eating good, bully. Your stomach is full.
So, I don't know why, but I've ordered a whole bunch of fishing stuff off Temu. It's probably all really cheap stuff. That crankbait box I got 43 crankbaits for $26. And at least they caught a walleye. It was pretty rough when I went out on Lake Meredith trolling though. And I ended up thought I had the fish on this really crappy rod, and it ended up being on the other rod. Anyways, this has a ding line reel, and it says Victory 180 Tour on the rod. It really doesn't say what actual brand rod it is on Temu, but anyways, it came with a string hook, which is the bait setup by different hooks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it came with a weight, and it came with a swivel, 2 swivels, and it came with this draft. So it comes with a string hook, a draft, space beans, two swivels, leather bar particles, a float seat, an unhook, a bell, a winding board, and a coil. And it comes with a ding long reel, which is the cheapest reel I have. I immediately started to use it, and this was broke. And you see it's all the way tighter it is, and it's broke. And you can see on which side, can you see where it's busted? You can see where it's cracked right here, and it's brand new. It literally was like that the first time I tried to cast with it. So anyways, this is definitely the worst reel I've ever used, and that's saying a lot because I've bought a lot of cheap reels which I posted reviews of. Anyways, at least it got 2 bullheads. So I don't think I'd recommend buying this rod, but it's only $15, so it's about as cheap a fishing rod as you can get. If anyone likes these dumb challenges, comment and I'll do more of them, but this is the first one I've done in a while. And I was successful, so I shouldn't say it was a failure, although it was with really bad gear. I was hoping I could catch like a 20-inch carp on this reel, but that didn't happen. Maybe in a future video I will catch a carp on it. I might end up putting a new reel on this rod though. So that'll be it for this video.